It's not intuitive, the
Last.
controls. No.
Hand it over and let's get out of here.
Not so fast. We've a matter to discuss.
Let me guess. You gotta fly. You're about to tell me why you need the Sunstone so much more than we do. Then you'll change into an owl and whoosh.
No idea where you got such a ridiculous notion. Ciri's safety is most important to me now. But I wish to talk to you about the future. My future.
Okay. And it's not whether it's a keyboard and controller issue, because take a look at the Elder Scrolls games. You know, I went from controller, from playing Oblivion and Skyrim using a controller first before playing it on keyboard and mouse, even though I started off with Daggerfall using keyboard and mouse back in the day, and I started off with computers, you know, even before I got into the consoles. But and I will always, me personally, always consider PC games to be, you know, it's just a personal preference, no offense to anyone who thinks otherwise, but in my personal opinion, I find the PC games to be a bit superior to the console games. But another thing of note is, remember, I started off playing Witcher 3, even some Witcher 2 on my 360, so I was playing it with controller. And even then, I've noticed it was still difficult to control than when I played Oblivion and Skyrim. So there's that. Emperor's got plans for you, I'm sure of it. I recommend the Alpine Air of Nazir. Well, I hear that the Alpine Air of Nazir is good this time of year. It's nice this time of year.
No two ways about it. I recommend the fresh alpine air of Nazaire.
And Yennefer claims you have no sense of humor.
'Twas
Now
not a
listen
joke.
carefully. Once we've defeated the hunt and Ciri is safe, Yennefer's meteoric rise at the Imperial Court will come to an abrupt end. Which is wonderful from my perspective. I'm not interested in reviving the Lodge if I'm not to have the deciding vote.
You're telling me this because...
If I know even one bit, I expect that once we've defeated the Wild Hunt, you aim to slip out the back door with Ciri. To disappear into the wilds, correct?
You want her for yourself, don't you?
All very romantic.
Raise her.
But perhaps instead of destroying the girl's life, you could take Yennefer with you and go.
I see. Can I switch
Triss
girls?
might object.
Ah, yes. So give Yennefer some friendly advice, would you? She'll listen to you.
Can I switch and just dump Triss and just suddenly go with Yennefer? I wonder. You want to take Yen's place besides Emira. I take it thou wishes to take Yennefer's place?
You want to take Yen's place at Amir's side.
And at Ciri's. I think you understand it's inevitable. And I would truly prefer Yennefer to be far away when it happens.
I see.
Holding her in the Imperial dungeon would be costly. And it would give the wrong impression.
Huh. Well, alright. I mean, I guess I don't see a problem with it.
Any other words of wisdom, or can we go?
You may go. I know you've things to do. I shall find my own way back.
Oh, of course. You turned into that owl, leaving it to me to make my way back. Alright. Find out if Avallac'h is hiding something. Thanks to Triss and Yennefer's hard work, Ciri's team of defenders now had 2 more. Okay, with the Iridan. Okay. They also need an elven artifact known as a Sunstone. Team set off to Skellige. Isles to finish their final tasks before their final battle. So I guess this is tied in to that. Guess so. I can just port here. Okay. Let's get out of here. Nice, nice. Halfway to 30. This is good. I have a feeling there's more in this cave. More chests. Maybe. There we go. Should go back to that blacksmith. Have her make me some of this stuff. And this is why we explore. Alright. What are these little crackling noises I hear? Alright. Wow, yeah, this place, when you just look at it, it just has this really large scope. You know? And I've been around it. I love that. And that's really my, well, I guess two issues, but not saying, I know it's sounding like I'm complaining about it again, but I do like the story. It is great, but at the same time, those are the limitations that you are constricted to, like how your character plays out and his personality and everything. You know, when you give him a voice, and which is not always the case, because take a look at Fallout 4. You know, you have a voice there too, even though it's still limited. Do I have to go this way? It's still limited when compared to something like Skyrim and Oblivion and other games where the character doesn't have a voice. But it's mostly the controls. Everything else is great. And I do love the game. Don't get me wrong. That's why I'm excited. That's why I'm excited to play the DLC. You know, otherwise I would not be. Because I do want to see where the story takes me. I just wish that it controlled a lot better than this. Very nice. Come on. You see, why did you ditch me, Philippa? I'm not gonna find my way out of this. I don't remember. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, those steps. Remember that. Did I get that one already?
Magic. A place of power.
Okay, excellent. All right, save that. Here we go. You know, yeah, hold on. This looks like lavender, that's wolfstone though, in Skyrim. Okay, where am I? Where's that place? Was it in here? Crow's Perch, I believe it was, right? Where's that? Ah, here.
The king of the Wild Hunt sailed aboard the Nago Fair, a giant longship that traveled between worlds. As Gels had advised, the Witcher set out to find the Sunstone, an artifact needed to draw Eredin.
I just wanted to clear things up again. I complained that. Don't get me wrong, you know, I'm praising the story, but at the same time, it seems like I'm complaining about it too. But I'm trying to think of the way I can phrase this. I love the story. I think it's great. But what I wish was more of the freedom of how your character is, his personality is. Do you know what I mean? More choices, and of course, you know, aside from being able to kind of pick your own character class, you know, mage, battle mage, whatever, thief, that type of thing. I wish you had more control over the alignment or the choices that your character makes, the way your character plays things out, certain scenarios. But even though the story is great, at the same time, that's the restriction, you know, that you kind of have to live with it in a way that because it's already scripted, right? Just like I said, a Final Fantasy game. So I'm sure there's still like a way, I guess, kind of look at Fallout 4. It's kind of, that has a nice balance to it, where it's, choices and the way you can kind of play out the way your personality of your character is, versus this. It seems like, for example, see, he didn't remember that, I thought we're past that, where I'm giving Ciri a little bit more freedom by letting her speak on her own, and it just still felt as if I didn't, as if I went with her, I didn't give her that freedom, and it didn't remember that. It was almost like it was all static, so that's the one thing that I wish, and that's the thing, when there's so many cinematics like this, and you have to sit here and go through the the whole cutscene, even though it's in-game cutscene, which is kind of like how Kingdom Come Deliverance is, I noticed, where it's a lot of that cutscene, and it can last, or even longer in that, is what they say, and the things that I've seen, it draws out even longer than what you see here, the exchange and dialogue, and them moving around and stuff. I may as well just watch a movie. Whereas in something like Skyrim, there's not so much of that, and you can just, fantasize like how things go down, the way you want it, and it still gives enough of the dialogue, and to react to the things you do. You steal something off the table, they react to that. So I love that. Even games like Pillars, even though there's a lot to read, each little thing has like a a skill check, right, for you to do. So you have control over every little thing in between the written stuff, where it's telling the story. That's why I kind of like the written stuff, how you have to read a lot in Pillars, and like Baldur's Gate and stuff like that, is because it uses a lot of the imagination. You can imagine how it goes, and then in between, transitioning from one part of the story to the next, like every little thing, you're making a decision, So I really like that. That's like old school RPG. Old school storytelling, RPG storytelling.
Geralt, good of you to come by. What can I do for you?
Yes.
Need some armor made. Witcher's armor.
What level is this? Level 15. Come on. See? And I think Michael told me that it's the Witcher quests that I have to do to get these components. But we're so close to the end. I just wanna do it. I can't do anything. All right.
Take care now.
here. Let's do
The
it.
king of the Wild Hunt sailed aboard the Naglfar, a giant longship that traveled between worlds. As Gels had advised, the Witcher set out to find the Sunstone, an artifact needed to draw Eredin into a trap.
Okay,
This
sorry
is
about
very
that. I'm
well
here.
protected. I believe we'll find something interesting inside.
How will you lift the barrier?
Atlan Kirk's inclusion should do the trick. Remember the spell?
I remember you teaching me. And to think I thought you an overbearing cold shrew at the time.
Now, this is no time to get soppy.
So, any incriminating letters? Closets full of skeletons?
You've not even opened the door yet.
It's a highly complex magic barrier. Let's try.
Yata Ligen!
We've awoken the sentry.
I'll take care of it.
Get through the barrier!
Okay, so hold on. I fought a golem once before. Oh, here we are. It is Elementa. I was correct. If you want us to break through this wall, we're going to need 20 sappers, 7 mules, and 100 weight of saltpeter, or 1 golem. Golems are mindless matter brought to life by spell. They obey their creators' orders without question. The boundless strength, ability to withstand pain, endless patience, and the fact that they need not one jot of food or drink makes them the best servants or guards anyone can ask for. Once provoked, they will not tire of battle until they have crushed their opponents or themselves crumbled into dust. Elementa and Demeritium Bomb. Did I have the components to make us superior? No, I'm still missing a couple things. Okay. Have to repair it, huh? Don't like this having to spin the camera every time, but that is again a limitation of third person. So you have to constantly be spinning the goddamn camera in combat. You don't have to worry about that in the first person game. You have to spin it just to keep. See? Like you can't just have to keep spinning it. It's like trying to tap your head and rub your stomach at the same time. You know how they have that thing to do? That's like hard to do. They just say like walk and talk at the same time, even though technically I guess it's not too hard to do that. But I guess, you know, like I said, tap your head and rub your stomach at the same time, you know.
Pretty cozy.
Hey.
Doesn't look much like a lab at all.
That proves nothing. We must look around.
It's That's a bit low, isn't it? Rummaging through his papers.
You wish to come, my dear.
Portrait of Ciri, I think.
No, that's not me. Where's the scar?
It's definitely you.
Perhaps it predates
Really
the
captured
scar?
you. Sure Avalok's only interested in you for your magic abilities?
Very funny.
Explore Avalok's laboratory using your Witcher sense.
Look, Geralt.
Oh, wait. Let's just go ahead and use this. %. There we go. Fine. What hast thou found, Yennefer? Or... Ah.
It seems someone was literally just here.
Looks on the ship, we know that. Perhaps he has someone working for him. Look after the place?
Avalok's assistant, maybe?
No. Somehow it doesn't seem like Avalok to have one.
A distillate? Smells like...
Verbena.
Aha.
Aha what?
No, nothing.
Sometimes you really get on my nerves, you know.
Herbs. Not very incriminating.
Wait. We've not examined the entire laboratory yet.
Aha! Found something. A
Feel
brush?
like I've walked into somebody's bedroom. Yen.
Is this a genealogy tree? Like a family tree or something?
Genealogical chart of the Enhanikir, the Elder Blood, from Laura Doran.
To me. You never showed me the full version. I had no idea Viedmont of Eden was an ancestor. Was he the one who punished
can't
his
read it.
daughters with a hot iron? Or the one who had his own father's eyes gouged out?
Him of the daughters. My, even I'd never seen the full version. Seems Avalok has analyzed all the parts of Lara's gene, even those we
Craft?
thought extinct.
Had enough of this. Let's look at his notes.
He's only analyzing? Really believe that? If he's anything like our mages, I seriously doubt he's standing back and observing how Laura's descendants are doing.
I don't think we'll ever know if or how deeply the elves have meddled in the gene's mutation.
Did you have a hand in what Geralt mentioned? The work of those human mages?
Of course not.
Okay, let's look at his notes.
Let's look at his notes.
Gods. He spent over 2 centuries on this. He was the first to study Lara's gene. Volker? Some entries about Ciri, but it's here, later, that things get interesting. He actually tried to cultivate a genetic mix like Ciri's, but one excluding the human line.
Meaning what exactly? That I ought to be looking about for giant jars holding my siblings?
Don't be foolish. Avallac'h never got that far. Apparently all his experiments ended in failure. You are unique.
And that's why we've the Wild Hunt to contend with. Let's ferret on. See if we can't find something even more interesting.
Thought I saw something. I thought I saw like a red thing. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, here. Oh, here. Okay.
Mirror standard. Might have expected a hidden portal.
What's this?
Elves sure know their fragrances.
Okay. He had a woman here.
Beyond the door.
Well, let me continue pilfering his stuff before we proceed. I'm pretty sure this person knows we're here. I mean, we're talking long enough and loud enough. A woman. Hey, girl. Wait a minute.
How did you get in here?
Oh, okay. She elfin? We mean thee no harm, my lady.
We mean you no harm.
I care not at all why you're here. Get out.
Oh, she human. Features almost look elvish.
I remember you. From Tir Nalia.
Remarkable. I thought all elves looked alike to those of your race. If it's Avallac'h you seek, he's not here.
I know.
And yet you come here. What for?
Oh, to steal the
Spy
shit.
on him. He tries his damnedest to save you every time you do something stupid. Is that not enough?
What can you possibly know about that?
You'd be surprised. He's told me a great deal about you.
Wouldst thou care to elaborate?
Like what?
He said you shared Lara's features. I don't see whatever it is he sees. It seems a bit like trying to drink water from a mud puddle. But I imagine that belief somehow helps him with his task.
What task?
Do you think he trails you everywhere for pleasure? Even I grow ill at the sight of you.
It's incredible how those like you still believe you're superior to humans, in any way.
She's no human. She's
Damn,
a degenerate
I'm feeling the
half-breed.
same way he is.
To have
Yawning
no
and
choice
shit.
but to use something like that? It's humiliating.
Another word, and I'll...
What? You'll change nothing. She must do what she must. Then Avallac'h will finally be free of her.
Shall I look in the mirror?
If
What
he hates
will
me
I
so
see?
deeply, why didn't he tell me to my face?
He that important to you? Didn't actually believe her, did you? Is Avallac'h truly that important to thee?
Avallac'h means that much to you.
What's that got to do with anything? If they despise me so, they should leave me be.
Aye.
Ciri.
What? Do you fear I'll level this place like I did Kaer Morhen? Shame I can't do that at will, because I'd really like to now.
Oh, fuck. Relax.
Calm down. The elf was right.
Aren't you supposed to cheer me up?
You carry Lara's gene. Nothing you can do about it. Inherited her talent and her power, too. That she-elf would give up a century of her life to be you.
Certainly didn't seem so.
You were born with a great gift, and only you can decide how to use it.
Give up the halfling, she-elf. If you want him, come and claim him.
What's that?
A necklace. Laura Doran's.
It's beautiful.
'Tis yours now.
But
Yours to wear.
And yes, I stole it off the counter over there, but what's that compared to everything else that I've stolen?
let's go. Sick of this place.
I think there's still more things to pilfer. Maybe we should turn off all his candles. Just to piss him off when he gets back. What the? Alright. See? Told you there's some stuff. See, why is it when they leave, they're always so far up ahead of me? Oh, and they were walking too. Okay. What's here? Oh, it's in a bun?
Must we return to the boat right away?
Something else you want to see?
Not here. On Hindersfjord. In Lofoten. I met a young man, Skjal. And I'd like...
Oh. Look, I think,
What is
Ciri,
it?
we need to
Ciri.
have the talk.
Skjal is dead.
Wild Hunt. Everyone? No one survived?
Skjal died later.
You sure it was him? You'd met him?
I was there. I saw his body.
Will you visit his grave with me? I'd like to say goodbye.
Aye.
I'll go with you.
Thank you. Could you open a portal to Hindersfjord?
I can.
But I won't. No. Well, let us be off then, Ciri.
Let's do this.
Come back soon, all right?
See you.
Once this is done, I think it's a good place to break.
Let's look around. Should be a relatively fresh
Looks like a
grave mound.
face.
Thank you for coming. I detest graveyards, especially wandering them alone.
There's no problem, but it's funny how you detest graveyards, yet you are a witcher. Don't like graveyards either. Well, let's look together.
Let's look around together. Come on.
Lasse, son of Njord. Olaf, son of Over. Inga, daughter of Trotnir.
This looks artificial a little bit with the wind blowing all
He's
those
not here.
trees. It's like doing it too
Skjal
much,
has
I
no
think.
grave. Geralt,
Just
I
noticing
shan't
that
leave
now.
until I bury him. Think, the body. What could have become of it?
They didn't burn it. Save that honor for kings and heroes. Doubt they left him in the garden, too.
Bastards.
What?
Beyond the village, there's a pit. They fill it with sheep taken by Blackleg. Crabs pick at their bones at night.
Recognize the pants? Is that him? Oh. Okay. Yeah, it's just seems like they're going out of the way to make it feel like it's too alive. It looks artificially blowing. But that's okay. You know, it's not too big a deal. It's just an observation, really. Not really a critique.
doing?
or
What
complain.
you should have done long ago. We're burying Skjal.
Burying Craven? You defy the right of the elders. Begone. Leave this place. You defile our laws.
Quiet down. Your laws don't bind us.
Lower your voice before we need another grave.
How can you defend him?
Craven's place is in the ditch.
Skjal saved your bloody lives. The Wild Hunt was after me. Had Skjal not led me away then, why they would have reduced Lofferton to ash.
What would the spectres be wanting of some lass who...
I am not some lass. And anyone who so much as touches this grave will learn that the hard way.
Aye. None will disturb it. Desecrating graves. Well, it's the only thing elders punish harder than fleeing the battlefield. And what you said. Can't know the truth of it. The gods will judge Skjal now.
Seems like a large portion of the Let's Plays,
We
each
were
of the
right
episodes,
to come.
it consists of
He's
cutscenes.
deeply
You know?
troubled. You've no idea.
Well, they shouldn't spit on his name anymore.
Oh, that's nice with the deer. behind.
Let's go.
See, like I said, now, of course, there are games like Myst, and where it's really story driven. That's all it is. It's like one of those point and click games, or like Back to the Future, where it picks up after Back to the Future 3, right? Stuff like that. Now you might be wondering, well, does that mean I don't like playing games like that, where it's pretty much completely story driven, where it's linear and it's just it's basically point and click and it progresses the story along? No, I do dig those kind of games. The reason why it feels like I'm complaining more so here, or why I'm complaining about that in the first place, it is an RPG and it's supposed to be kind of like like an Elder Scrolls game or Pillars of Eternity, Might and Magic. It's kind of linear in that regard, where it's because of all these cutscenes. You know what I mean? It's not in those other games like Myst and like Back to the Future. That's the nature of the game. I'm going into that game expecting that. But in here, you would think there'd be, being an RPG, you have a lot more freedom to alter the story the way you want. So do you see what I'm saying? It's like I go into a Kung Fu flick, I expect Chinese Kung Fu. I don't go into a Kung Fu flick expecting a romance comedy. It's not saying I don't like romance comedy. I'm going into something else expecting that. That type of thing. I'm not going to go into a science fiction film and expect it to be a horror film, unless it's like a genre cross thing, you know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. This is still, don't get me wrong, still a fantastic game. I love it, but I do have those little complaints. And, as much as I've gotten used to the controls, in combat, it's still frustrating, having to always turn it during a fight, and when you have to move with such subtlety that one little step can make you go off the cliff, things like that. It's just real hard, like one little tap of the W and it's like you jump like 5 feet, you move 5 feet. It's not really subtle with its movements, and then when you stop, it's kind of like a similar issue that I have with Dragon Age Inquisition. So there you go, let's go together.
Back to the boat.
Okay. Getting closer. I will.
Gratitude, Gareth.
You have our gratitude. Oh, hey. Oh, see, they're bumping into me, so that's ignorance on their part. Okay, so that's it for now. I guess yeah, I just have this as the main quest. Let Avallac'h know everything is ready. This is what we're gonna do for the next time. Okay. Hold on. Here we go. That's it. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.